It's a cold, dreary fall day, which means only one thing. It's nearing the end of the season for us.
Well, it also means another thing. So the end of the season is marked by a pretty special time for us, and that is pumpkin spice latte season.
I love them.
So
I'll admit it.
I think Tyson likes them so much because it means that the end of the season is here. But anyways, we're heading into town to grab some Starbucks this morning. We typically only do it on cold, rainy mornings. But we wanted to talk about our season. The last video we posted was a mid-season update.
This is going to be an end of the season recap. So this was, if you watched the last video, and we haven't published anything in between, we've been very busy this season.
Yeah.
Once it got going, it just didn't seem to stop until a couple weeks ago. Everything has been off this year because of the rain that we had in the springtime.
Yeah.
So farmers weren't able to plant anywhere near their typical planting dates. So it's the end of September right now, and there was a guy about a mile south of us that 2 days ago he was still combining his wheat. That should have been done 2 months ago.
Well, yeah, that was a little bit of a special. He's a little bit different.
He's a little slower than everyone else.
It's pretty crazy.
We're very far behind. I still have edible beans to desiccate next week, which that should all already be harvested, and it's not. So it's just a very weird year. But with that said, once it kicked off, it didn't stop. And this turned out to be my best year that I've had. So we sat around most of June twiddling our fingers, thinking what's going on, what is this season going to be like, which is kind of what this business is.
Yeah, it was actually really scary though, because we just thought with all of the timing being off, it was going to be a bad season.
So with that said, it turned out great. And every year I sit here and I worry about what the season looks like, and you never know what this season's going to be until
it's done.
Until September. At that point, you have an idea of how it's going to turn out, but till then, you really don't know.
Just on a quick timeline of our season, the mid-season update happened, I think, right around 4th of July. July 4th, we pretty much got busy spraying our wheat fungicide, and that went pretty much to the end of July, which is really weird timing for us. But Tyson left to go down to southern Minnesota July 21st. That's where we go on a corn fungicide run. Now, typically we do a corn fungicide run down there, and then we do soybean aphids. The last few years, the soybean aphids haven't been showing up. So for that season down there for us has only been 2 to 3 weeks in the last few years. This year, the aphids showed up, which was awesome, but we were totally not expecting it. It was wild. So it went for 6 weeks down there. Then we came back up here and killed some wheat, which is pretty not typical for us, but with the late season, that was kind of a big thing around here. Lots of sugar beet fungicide, and then started killing edible beans. So that's what we've been doing the last little bit. Done a little bit of cover crop. And yeah, we still have a few things left to do this week. And hopefully by the end of the week, we'll be packing up, but we're gonna take you along this next week as we get everything ready to go for the winter. All right, so Tyson finished up the cover crop spreading this morning with this airplane. Has a spreader on it. We need to take the spreader off. We did a video about putting the spreader on. It's kind of,
hopefully it goes
it's kind of
better
entertaining.
Taking it off.
Hopefully it's a little bit quicker taking it off. We're putting the booms back on. The guys washed this airplane today really nicely. So we're gonna put the booms back on, wash those up, and then this one is good to go into storage for the winter. Booms back on. Spreading is done for the season. Just gonna wash this up. All right, there was frost out there this morning. What does that mean for us?
It only means one thing. It is almost time to go.
You can tell how cold it was because it ain't. Today we have kind of an interesting thing happening this morning.
The FAA is coming.
the FAA is coming, which is actually really nerve-wracking, especially when you invite them in. And so...
Maybe we should bake them cookies. You should make cinnamon rolls for them. We'll try to win them over with sweets.
Definitely should have done something like that, because that would have helped the situation. Anyways, for spraying, in order to be a chief pilot, you have to basically get tested. So even though Tyson's been spraying forever, the FAA is going to come critique his knowledge and his skills.
You do not know how nervous I am. I'm going to be so disappointed if they fail me, saying I'm not knowledgeable enough or that I don't have the skill. I'm going to be disappointed. It could definitely happen. I don't know.
Well, our FAA meeting went really well. It was longer than we were expecting. It was about 3 hours that the guy was here, but Tyson passed with flying colors. He is now a chief supervisor, which is beneficial for a few reasons. But anyways, we have 40 acres to go do of some bean desiccation. We've got a northeast east wind right now, and Tyson's been needing this wind for this field. So he's gonna go spray this, and then we have some airplane shuffling to do.
Put this one away, put another one away, wash something.
What?
And then go home.
Oh, I was just talking about for today.
Oh. We just dropped off one of the airplanes over at the municipal airport, and we have a hangar over there, so it's going to stay there all winter. That's where the maintenance is done. And the other airplane is still at our hangar. We have one more field to still do, so hopefully that gets done tomorrow. Callie is saying it's not getting done. It's supposed to be windy, but I'm hoping that in the morning, hopefully we can get it done. And then at that point, we would wash that one completely up and call it done for that one, which at that point, we're done for the season.
Until we wash it and someone calls with more spray.
That's right. That has happened before, where all the panels are off the airplane and we get a phone call for some fields to get sprayed, and we put it all back together and go out and spray. So hopefully that doesn't happen. That did happen today with the spreader. We took the spreader off yesterday, and this morning the phone rang for 150 acres of spreading, which we did turn down because we were not putting the spreader back on that airplane.
I do think that this frost this morning, though, and the colder temps are in our favor, though. I think that means things are looking up for us.
We're under another frost advisory tonight. So if that happens, then that definitely will be done.
Do you want to explain to our people why?
Well, so what I'm doing right now is I'm desiccating edible beans. So I'm going out and killing them so that they can harvest them. And the frost basically does the same thing. I also maybe would have some sunflowers to do, but if the crop gets a frost on it, that essentially is going to also desiccate it. And so I won't have to do any of it. So if we get a good frost, that definitely could take care of it, which at this point, we would welcome a nice, hearty frost.
Well, I think that was the last field of the season. We're just cleaning the airplane out now, making sure there's no chemical left in it, and then I guess we'll start washing it. I can't believe that it's already here.
This is what I've been looking forward to all season. Panels are off the plane, and we're washing front and back on them, inside of the airplane, inside the fuselage, then putting it all back on, and then doing a once over on the whole airplane.
That's it. It's time. This is time to leave.
It's a beautiful day. Usually it's cloudy, maybe kind of drizzly. It's blowing at 30, But the sun is shining. We've already shed some layers. Vests have come off, a beanie, Callie's jacket. Life is good. That only took 3.5 hours, but it is a long 3.5 hours. Something, again, that we dread.
I think I have calluses.
I probably have a blister. I'm kind of soft though. We also got the lawnmower and weed whacker though. Added an additional 20 minutes for that. Check that one off the list. Probably the one that we've been dreading the most.
For sure.
But it feels probably the best to have done.
That is true. Didn't give you guys an update yesterday. We were just kind of busy running around doing some errands, had a couple meetings. We also had some work come in, so we got 3 loads done today. Now it's time to rewash the airplane. It got dirty again. Kind of made me feel like we were just here. Also, someone made a comment on our YouTube that Tyson and I are cringy, and YouTube is not for us, so here's to being cringy, I guess. It's October 1st.
But it's a beautiful day.
It
We're
is.
still here. We're gonna take the Satabri up. Leaves are changing. We're gonna head out to the lakes and take a look at them. And then we're gonna winterize a load site.
Oh yeah, our load site later.
Still have one more.
But that's pretty much all we have left to do, and then pack. But if you know us, you know that sometimes it can take a long time for us.
3
to pack.
more days.
We only have 2 hours of packing. We're getting out of Dodge. Not really. We're leaving tomorrow.
Things are coming along though.
We're packed.
Kind of. 90%, 95%.
So today we winterized the load site, packed up, went to Bernie's, got some sweets, grabbed lunch, kind of dilly-dallied, but then came back, finished packing. All we gotta do in the morning is finish winterizing the water system here at the hangar. We're gonna go to bed soon and then wake up tomorrow and finish everything off before we leave. Our goal is 9 a.m., which if you know us, add like maybe 3 hours. Last night we said we wanted to leave by 9 a.m. It's 10:15, so that's really not that bad.
I mean, I'll take it. I'm happy.
It's done.
We are officially on the road, and this is probably like one of the most beautiful days that we've ever left this place. It's 62 right now, the high is 74, and
nice.
It's not even windy.
Or raining,
Now
or
in-
halfway snowing.
In 3 days, the low's 24, so that's when the weather's gonna change. But I'll take this all day long. A couple stops to make on our way home, and we'll be back in Colorado in no time.
And it feels like just yesterday we were pulling in here.
It does feel
Crazy.
like that.
Another season, come and gone.